live. Saturday Q&A. Let me turn on the messages here so I can see all you guys. All right. It's Saturday, so obviously I have my Vietnamese coffee. Again, people expect me to go live on Saturdays, but who knows who shows up? Who knows? Brian LP, certified T3 bot, already in the building. Theo, Devin, Spiel, Alyssa, what's going on? Peter from Serbia, what's going on, Serbia? And Jack. Yeah, guys, so the title of this live stream is that I'm thankful for you, each and every one of you guys, because, you know, we just had Thanksgiving here in the United States, and it's a time to reflect on everything that you have, you know, before the other big holidays coming up. We get too caught up in, like, buying things and gifts and everything, but I think around this time we should really be thinking about what we already have and what's important. It's not really the materials. It's not really the watches, even though I do love watches. It's the people that you interact with. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you guys. And I mean that. I know it sounds like I'm kidding around, but I'm serious, guys. Let me look at who's in the building. All right, we got James, certified T3 bot, Dustin, Chris S, another certified T3 bot. All my bots are in the building. Hell yeah, guys. The T3 bot army is here. What's up, PS Dance? What's going on, Paul? Edgar in the building. Samuel, happy belated Thanksgiving to you, bro. Australia in the house. What's going on, Mark? Evan, T3 bot. I'm thankful for you, bro. Let's see. We're already getting some questions here. I'll answer those in a moment. Fernando, what's going on? Christian, Dustin. Brian says, Jory better be thanking that beard. I actually just got it cleaned up. I don't know if you know, but, you know, on Saturdays I go to the barber, so, yeah, just got it cleaned up. Santa Cruz in the building. What's going on, Danilo? Varela. I probably butchered your name, but I'm so sorry. Hell yeah, Steven is here. All right, guys, so Theo asks if I am feeling better. So I don't know if you can hear. I'm doing my best not to sound congested, but I got the flu or something. I've been kind of under the weather for the past 4 days, unfortunately, but yeah, you know, it happens at least once a year. You got to get the flu once a year. But yeah, I'm feeling better than I did before. But let's start off this live stream. Usually I wait till we get 100 people in, but we have 82, and that's good enough for me. Let's do a wristwatch check, shall we? What are you guys wearing? I want to hear everybody, especially my T3 bots, chime in. What is going on? What are we wearing today, guys? I want to hear from you. I will show you what I'm wearing. Let's flip the camera over, if I can figure out how to do that. A really, really, really good Saturday watch, I feel like, is my Explorer 2, because it's stainless steel, it's sporty, it's always running because I have it on a winder, and it's tough. So yeah, it's kind of one of my go-to Saturday watches is the Explorer 2, because so busy that really on the weekends, like, it's my day to get errands done, right? In the mornings, I go to the barber, and then I putt around trying to get everything else done that I need to for the week. So this is a very, very good companion to have on the wrist. And of course, Vietnamese coffee, as some people are pointing out. Ibrahim says, yo, dude, just wanted to let you know you rock, and this channel is truly remarkable. Keep it up. Well, that just made my day, so thank you so much, man. That means a ton. James, T3 bot, is wearing a Seiko Orange Monster. Cowboy Swami in the building, my bro, Cowboy. He's wearing a hammy khaki Officer. Theo's wearing an Alpinist. Heck yeah. Reshki is here, but he's about to go to bed, so he's not wearing a watch, but that's cool, man. I don't sleep with my watches on either. It's funny, I get a lot of people writing to me and they're like, which watch do you recommend like to sleep in? Like, which watch is the most comfortable watch to sleep in? That just blows my mind because I realize that I love watches, but not nearly as much as these other people love watches because I do not sleep in watches. It's just, I feel like it would be uncomfortable. Ray, what's going on, Ray Q? Mook Rage. Mook Rage is in the bathtub, dude. Get that image in your head, guys. James, where's Dean? I don't know where Dean went, man. Dean will show up, I'm sure. Let's see. Christian M with the questions. He says, let's get the questions going, guys. I'm going to look at what watches you're wearing as well. For instance, Pate, is wearing a Certina DS2 Chrono Flyback. That is awesome because on Thanksgiving, I wore my Certina DS2 Chrono Olympic. We got a lot of Hamilton khakis in the building. That's awesome. Bubba is wearing a G-Shock leg day. Heck yeah. Reshke was wearing his Explorer 2, but then he got ready for bed. Orient Ray 2, Omega Speedy. Heck yes. We got some Alpinists too. You guys got good taste, man. Paul is obviously wearing his Breitling Aerospace. Great, solid watch. We got a lot of Orient 2s. We got a lot of Alpinists. We got a lot of Hamilton khaki fields. Jason's coming in here with something unique. A Bremont Solo White. Dang. I made a comment in a live stream. About how I think Bremont is a little bit overpriced, and it wasn't on my channel. It was on Federico's channel. I did a live stream, and someone mentioned Bremont, and I said that I think they're a bit overpriced, and boy, did I get chewed up in the comment section. It's all good. Let's see let's get some questions in here, guys. Reshke T3Bot says, before I go to bed, I gotta ask, have you seen Teddy Baltazar's interview with Alpha M? Thoughts? I didn't. I was not aware he did that interview. I'm sure it's very interesting, though, considering what Alpha M has said in his recent videos about, or recent video. It was essentially just a commercial for Movement, right? He's said 5 reasons Movement is better than Rolex. Okay. Cowboy Swami with the super chat. I appreciate it, guys. The super chats, I don't expect them, but I appreciate them because it does support the channel. Every cent from any super chat I get goes directly to content creation. Cowboy Swami says, Oris Pro Pilot or Breitling Colt? What do you think? Okay, so as I mentioned I think in the last live stream, I have not been interested in the Breitling Colts. I really don't like the bezel, and it was something that bothered me for a really long while, and then more and more people, since I became the time teller, started asking me about the Breitling Colt, and I've been paying much more attention to it. And it is honestly a decent watch, especially because you can get them for a pretty reasonable price, right? They're if you want a Breitling, now's the time to get it, because Breitlings, let's be honest, their value has dropped a bit. So if you're looking to get one, now would be the time to get one. So that's what I'll say about the Breitling Colt. Between that and the Oris Pro Pilot, I would go Oris Pro Pilot. I'm a bit biased because, as you guys know, I have a Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. And that's one of the most solid modern pilot's watches I think you can get. It's everyday wearable for sure. It's really simple. I mean, a matte black dial with white Arabics. There's not a whole lot going on. The only pizzazz that watch has is some interesting knurling around the bezel and a red little blip on the second hand. But like, honestly, I think that's one of the most solid watches you can get for that $1,000 mark. So between the Breitling Colt and the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, I would go Oris. But what do you guys think about that? Jared Packer, T3 Bot says, Oris all day. Excuse me, guys. This Vietnamese coffee is strong. Reschke says, would love to stick around, but I gotta go to bed. Enjoy the T3 Q&A, and have a great Saturday, Jory. Thank you, Reschke. I'll miss you, bro. Let me see. Christian M says, thoughts on the Yachtmaster 40 silver on silver? I think it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I've toyed with picking one up. Any insight? A lot of watch there, for sure. I honestly would go with one of their other sports watches, especially when you're talking about the Yachtmaster 40. I don't see why you would go with that over a sub, to be honest. Again, I'm biased because I have a sub. So, but I've spoken to you guys about this again. Yachtmasters are not really my thing. Even the Yachtmaster 40, not really my thing. But Reschke again says, friendly like reminder, y'all. Beep, boop, beep, boop. T3 Bot signing out. Love you, bro. Yeah, guys, please click that like button. Seriously does help me out a ton. So, Adventures with Time asks a non-watch related question, which is perfectly fine. You can ask me non-watch related questions. He says, what is Vietnamese coffee like? It's delicious, guys. So as I've said before, I only drink black coffee. I don't think good coffee needs cream or sugar. I really do like kind of a smoky bitterness in my coffee. But as a little treat on Saturdays, I do like kind of a sweeter, stronger Vietnamese coffee. So yeah, but to compare Vietnamese coffee to like regular Western style coffee, it's essentially just strong coffee with like sweetened condensed milk and mixed in, and it's very yummy. It's really good. Sergatron T3 Bot says, yo, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a bit better. Still a little bit congested, no fever, thankfully. But yeah, been drinking my fluids and I feel a bit better, guys. So thank you so much for the well wishes and for checking up on me. Adam Pollocky says, what do you use in your beard? I use a beard oil called Redken Brews, and it comes in a very little bottle, and it's a nice little conditioner oil that I put in it. Let's see. Brian asks, have you tried your Explorer 2 on NATO straps yet? So, okay. I have not put a NATO on this yet. I think I will. It's either going to be a NATO or a Cordura on this. I will probably go, but for now, I'm really liking the kind of stainless steel sportiness of it, because I recently put my Tuna, my Seiko SBBN 031, on a single piece Zulu, and that's kind of a cool, big, robust stainless steel watch on a very traditional single piece Zulu. So I don't want to put this one on one and then have two very similar looking watches, but maybe I'll put the Tuna back on the bracelet and I will put this Explorer 2 on a Zulu. I think that'd be awesome. David Williams, why are NATO straps so long? That's a great question. So NATO straps were designed typically for the military. And when you are in the military, I would assume you wear different layers of clothing, right? So sometimes you can't have a watch on your wrist. And if you're wearing a thick coat or some other equipment, sometimes you need to put your wristwatch over that sleeve, all right? And there's a lot of excess material on NATO straps so that you can, let's say you're in a cold climate, or let's say you have a lot of equipment and material on, it's a lot easier to have to utilize that excess material and wear your watch over that sleeve, if that makes sense. And if you want a really good example of that, look at some astronauts wearing their Omega Speedmasters, and look at, there's a very famous picture of an astronaut wearing the Bulova Lunar Pilot with a very long NATO strap, and he's wearing it over all his astronaut equipment. So that's really cool. Okay, so Adam Pollocky says, I was a U.S. Marine and wish they still issued watches. What would you wear? Well, first, Adam, thank you so much for your service. That is awesome that you would volunteer to protect us, and you're the man. So thank you so much. Heck yeah, Marine Corps. Let's see, what would I wear? I think it would depend, honestly. Like, I have this weird romantic image in my head. I would love to be in the field with like a very simple, a very, very, very simple, like Hamilton khaki field watch, right? I think that would be really like badass and cool. But the fact is, like if I was in an actual conflict, right? I think I'd want something a little bit more durable. So, the romantic in me would say Hamilton, a very basic like Hamilton khaki field watch, like a mechanical. But the realist in me would say G-Shock. So thank you for your service. That's so amazing. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. So all the service members out there, you rock, Semper Fi. But I'm gonna say G-Shock if I'm totally honest. But I'm not gonna pretend like I know what I'm talking about, because I've never been in combat outside of jiu-jitsu, so it's like, but I've never been in actual combat. So, let's see. I'm looking at more comments, guys, so don't worry. Bubba B says Creeder in the field. Yeah. Imagine being in the field with your Creeder Aichi 2. That would be, oh my God, that would be such a power move. If all you'd have to do is like put your wrist up and show the bad guys, and they'd be like, oh my God, that dude is crazy. And then they'd all retreat. Brian asks, have you tried the Grand Seiko Snowflake yet? I tried one yesterday and thought it was too big, dressier, and it wouldn't fit under my shirt cuff. It wore like a diver for me. I think it depends. I think watches wear differently on different people, right? I'm a lot bigger than a lot of other people, and there's some people that are a lot bigger than me. I did try the Grand Seiko Snowflake when the Grand Seiko boutique opened up here in Beverly Hills, and I was actually one of the first people to go in there. They opened up the box, took the plastic off. I got to wear one of their Snowflakes. It's incredibly light. It's incredibly solid. I didn't think it wore like a diver. It is sporty because it comes on a bracelet, but I think if you took it off and you put it on a leather strap, I think it could definitely dress down. This is gonna upset people. Honestly, I think that watch specifically, the current Grand Seiko Snowflake, is very akin to a Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Okay, so the dimensions aren't exactly the same, but I think they're both very similar watches. I'm wearing a Rolex. I absolutely love Rolex. Okay, I'm a huge Rolex fanatic. However, between a Rolex Oyster Perpetual and the Grand Seiko Snowflake, I think the Grand Seiko Snowflake's honestly a more impressive watch, and it's probably had more man hours invested into it. But I think they're both very similar watches. So when we're talking about how they wear, if there's no Grand Seiko boutique, throw on an Oyster Perpetual, and I think they'll probably wear quite similarly. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, guys. Bubba B. Who makes the best dial, in your opinion? Man, there's a lot of companies that make really good dials, but it's funny that question came up. I don't know if that Grand Seiko Snowflake comment kind of rung a bell in your head, Bubba B, but when I think of great dials, I think of Seiko and Grand Seiko and what they're able to produce, because honestly, you look at the Grand Seiko Snowflake, incredibly impressive dial. You look at their high beat titanium divers, incredibly impressive dial. Those watches are incredibly, I mean, they're over $1,000, obviously. But then you look at the Seiko Presage line, okay, under $1,000 usually. They're getting more expensive now. Incredible dials. Are you serious? Ridiculous. So I'm gonna say Seiko as an all-encompassing brand honestly makes the best dials, and I'm sticking to it. So there, that's my answer. Veal says, Seiko Samurai or Zelos Swordfish? The Seiko Samurai is a great watch. I don't know the Zelos Swordfish in my head. I'm very familiar with Zelos as a company. I've had 2 of them. They make solid watches as well. The Seiko Samurai is a solid watch. I just don't... The Seiko... Brian is saying, Jory loves the Samurai. The Seiko Samurai is probably my least favorite Seiko. I'm sorry. I get a lot of questions about the Seiko Samurai, guys. I know it's a very, very well-loved watch, but it is not for me. Paul Bryant, hello from London. Hello from America. How's London going, guys? Again, check it out. Check this out. Look, how cool is this table, guys? Really cool table. I have my GMT hand set to London GMT because I have so many amazing UK followers. You guys rock. All my followers, all my viewers, even if you don't subscribe to me, if you watch my content, you rock, and I'm thankful for you. But it seems like I have a ton of viewers from the UK. So I was like, you know what? I want to keep tabs on those people. And I am going to have my GMT hand set. So I know what you're doing, guys. So UK, I'm paying attention to you. Eddie, hello from Istanbul. What's going on, man? EA Inc. How is it from Hawaii? It's good, man. How's Hawaii? Aloha. Palm Bear 23 from Germany. What's going on, guys? Johnny from Canada. King says the beard is looking great. Dude, thank you so much. Just went to the barber. It is looking fresh. I also got my hair cut. But I'm wearing a hat because it's super sunny out. EA Inc. says, I need the tuna, dude. One of my favorite watches of all time, Seiko Tuna. Which watch next says, if you have to move to another country, where would you go and why? Keep the same job and passion. Man, I love everywhere in the world. I think the world has a lot of really cool places that everybody should experience. Especially from when you think about culture, but food. I mean, come on. You got to think about the foods in different areas. This is not going to sound insensitive, guys. I'm not going to move from the United States. All right. I love America. I absolutely love America. It doesn't mean I'm not going to visit other countries. I love other countries. I love the world. I have so many awesome viewers from so many different cultures. You know what's amazing? In one of my most recent videos, when I announced the Thanks giveaway, one of the criteria to enter that giveaway, I was like, tell me your favorite Thanksgiving meals. And I had so many people that are not from the United States that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and they were telling me you know, their culture's foods and things that they would eat. And then on the flip side, I had a ton of US viewers commenting that, you know, they're here in America, but their ancestors are from elsewhere, and so they have different foods. They don't eat the traditional turkey and cranberry sauce. They have, you know, I had a lot of Italian Americans saying like, oh, we eat lasagna and calamari, and then it's just amazing, guys. I think it's I think that's awesome, and I think it's really special that we have, you know, this mix of people that are sharing their cultures. So where would I move? I'm not moving, dude. I love the US. But King asks, what do you think about Patek Philippe watches? They're nice and very expensive. I am a fan of some Patek Philippe's, but not really of the Nautilus or the Aquanaut. I know, oh, mind blowing, but yeah, I'm sorry. I like Patek Philippe. I think they make very solid watches, but I'm not a Nautilus guy. I'm not a Aquanaut guy. You know the bummer, dude, is Patek Philippe and AP. Here's what I'll say. This is a mini rant. So brace yourself, guys. Buckle up. Put on your seatbelts. You guys need a harness. Here's a bummer. I complain heavily about AP because AP essentially it just turned into Royal Oak. They should just change their name to Royal Oak because they designed the Royal Oak, well, obviously Genta, but like the Royal Oak was designed, came out, then a million, trillion, bazillion Royal Oak variants. Royal Oak Offshore, Royal Oak Offshore Chronograph, Royal Oak Skeleton, Royal Oak Tourbillon. It's just Royal Oak, Royal Oak, Royal Oak. All right? Oh, gosh. And then I was like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know, AP turned into just Royal Oak Town. Patek Philippe is smarter than that. Then Patek Philippe has just turned into just Aquanaut, Nautilus, Aquanaut, Nautilus, Aquanaut, Nautilus. Now, the thing is, it has to do somewhat with like media and hype and the market and social media. Obviously, like people are hyping up the Aquanauts and the Nautiluses. But like the same thing that happened to AP with the Royal Oak is happening to Patek Philippe with the Nautilus, and it's a bummer. But you know who's safe? You know who's not doing this? Is my favorite Holy Trinity company, Vacheron. No one talks about like, oh, the overseas. For some reason, it's just the sports watches that people care about, which is a bummer because the Holy Trinity, they make a ton of really cool dress watches and other watches, but for some reason, it's just the watches that come on bracelets. It's a bummer. Christopher Clerico, AP, inspired by the movie Groundhog Day. Yeah, exactly. Certified T3 bot, by the way. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. T says, what do people in this chat think of Dan Henry? I don't like him. Ramiro. What's going on, Ramiro Puente? Yeah, what are your thoughts on Alpha M interview? I didn't know that existed, guys. I'm getting a lot of questions about that. I'm definitely going to watch it after. I'm going to watch it later today now that I'm getting so many comments about it. I didn't know it was a thing. But I'll watch it because I watched Alpha M's video about movement. Nat Turner says, he's Jewish? No context whatsoever. Don't know what he's talking about. I think he's asking you guys if I'm Jewish. Yes. It's so funny. Every Q&A, someone hops in and is like, "You a Jew?" I am. Christian says AP is getting played out. Looking at more comments, guys. I kind of went on that rant about AP and Royal Oak and Patek Philippe, and we got a super chat actually from Cowboy Swami. Thank you so much. He says, "Why isn't Alpina talked about more, or is it just me?" I think there is a big market for that watch, Cowboy. Alpina makes really good watches. So for those of you who don't know, Frederique Constant is a company. Citizen acquired Frederique Constant. And then Frederique Constant acquired Alpina. And so Frederique Constant, they make some chronographs. They don't make any sports watches, but Alpina has a bunch of different chronographs, and they have a ton of sports watches. So that's how Frederique Constant kind of gets their sports watches out there. I think they make really good watches. I will agree that they are a bit underrated. Like the Star Timer, the Alpina Star Timer is really cool. It's usually quartz, I believe, but it's still a really cool watch, well under $1,000. I think their diver, their Sea Strong diver, is really cool and modern and different. It's not the typical, Submariner homage. It's definitely something modern and different with that big crown. Yeah, you know what? The more I think about it right now, I do think it's a little bit underrated, Cowboy. But yeah. Brian LP, Frederique Constant needs to trim down the size of their dress watches. The FC303 at 41 is too big. Here's the deal, dude. 40 millimeters is the new 30. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, so way back when, 30 millimeters was the standard for wrist watches, for men's wrist watches. Right now it's 40 and getting bigger, so we're gonna have to deal with it. Christian M, what's the watch that you put on that makes you feel unstoppable? Mine's the 009. Seiko Tuna, guys. Every time I put that thing on, I feel like I am the Terminator. EA, Jory, have a good one. Aloha. You gotta go buy a new timepiece. Well, enjoy yourself, man. Aloha. All Things Random says, if your wrist is too small, just bulk up. Hell yeah, man. Christopher says, Jory, thoughts on RGM? Will you ever do a review? Yeah. Maybe I can link up with them, get a piece on the channel in the office. That would be awesome. Seyful says, Jacori. Casey White says, hi, Jacori. That's funny. Yeah. This isn't from Starbucks, but if it was, they would write Jacori on my Starbucks cup. Sorry about all the noise, guys. Circatron says, thoughts on Spinnaker? I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people have them. Probably cool watches. I don't like the look of them. The dials look kind of cheap. To me, there's something about them that doesn't appeal to me, guys. Nicholas Bennett says, what's your opinion on the Tissot Powermatic 80? Great watch. The Lalakla Powermatic 80, really beautiful dial, a lot of detail, not a lot of money. I think you can find those for under $500. So if you're looking to get an impressive automatic Swiss watch, the Tissot Lalakla Powermatic 80 is a great watch. Richard Thompson says, Jory, what's your take on the Timex Ironman? I think they're great if you want a tough digital watch that you can use in situations where you need a durable watch, whether it be, going to the gym, hiking around, manual labor, stuff like that. It's great if you want that kind of watch, but you don't want the added bulk of a G-Shock, right? So, yeah, I think they're great if you don't want like a big old G-Shock. And they're really classic, right? When I think of Iron Man watches, I think of like the 90s and like my gym teacher wearing them. I know that sounds like a huge diss, makes them sound really not cool now that I say it out loud. But I think they're cool watches. I would just personally rather get a G-Shock, and that's why I have G-Shocks. Pete Manzo says, how do I become a T3 bot? There's a join button, and there's a join button next to the subscribe button on my channel. You can become a channel member and support the channel. I'm looking at more comments, guys. Michael says, why so little likes? Yeah, guys, come on. There's 121 people here and only 46 likes. Bump it up, guys. Come on. Circuitron says, any good Black Friday deals on watches? Guys, not really. Like, you got to look at the overarching deals, like from websites like Amazon and stuff. Unfortunately, watch companies like manufacturers probably aren't going to they're not going to care about Black Friday. But maybe check Amazon, definitely. There are other websites that start with a J, that do Black Friday specials. I would not recommend shopping at that website. Shabdo Music says, hey man, how are you? I'm doing well, dude. How are you? Christian says, Christian Sylvester says, if you had to settle on 3 watches, what would they be? Man. So one of the first episodes I did on this channel was titled The Only 3 Watches Worth Buying. And it was supposed to be a captivating title because there was a big thing going on around that time of different people on YouTube doing like the ultimate 3 watch collection. But the thing is, everybody was titling their videos like 3 watch collection, only 3 watches, like in my collection, blah, blah, blah. So I just decided to say only 3 watches worth buying. And I did the only 3 watches, like if I had to whittle down my collection to 3 watches, I did one for 3 watches, $1,000 total, and then I did one ultimate 3 watch collection over $1,000 total. I got a lot of hate. That's the most viewed episode on this channel, and guys, like I didn't know what I was doing really with YouTube. The production wasn't great, but I got a lot of hate on that because people were like, "Oh my God, only 3 worth buying." They were taking it very literally, the title, and they didn't even watch the episode to see what I was saying. But what I said in the episode was, you need to have, if you're only going to have 3 watches, you need to have a daily watch that you can wear for any occasion. You need to have a dedicated dress watch, and you need to have a dedicated sports watch. So, yeah, I think for my over $1,000 total 3 watch collection, I chose the Seiko Tuna as my dedicated sports watch. I chose my Cartier Tank as my dedicated dress watch, and I chose my Rolex Date 1500 as my everyday watch. And then for the $1,000 total, and it's actually under $1,000 total, I did Seiko Sarbo 65 Cocktail Time as my dedicated dress watch. I did the SKX, I believe, as the dedicated sports watch, and I did the Alpinist as the dedicated dress watch. And people in that episode were upset because I was wearing a Rolex Submariner in that episode, and people were like, "Oh my God, he's wearing a Submariner and he didn't put it on the list. Oh, he's being so pretentious. Oh, blah, blah, blah." I was like, give me a break. And that was the first time on YouTube, because for some reason that video went like semi-viral think it's over like 700,000 views, which is a lot for my channel, guys. For some reason, that was the first time I realized, like, oh my God, so you'll get in trouble for anything on YouTube. You can't, like, but yeah, so that's the answer to my question. Sorry, guys. Elliot Trent says, Jory, I got a new Seiko. Congratulations, bro. Which one, by the way? Which Seiko? Christopher Clerco has a good question, a follow-up question. He says, do you still feel the same about those three? Pretty much. Maybe I could find some different watches for the under $1,000 or $1,000 total. But I think those were really good choices, if I do say so myself. I mean, I chose them, so obviously I'm gonna stick with it. Sorry, the sun is like shining on my face. Let's move around and see if I can make it a little better. And for the over $1,000, I mean, I could have put the Submariner in there, like, or this as opposed to the Tuna, but like, I don't know. I think I made a good choice. So, SoCal Entourage, did you watch the Teddy interview with Alpha M? I didn't, guys. I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that existed until this live stream. So I'll definitely go watch it. I'm very interested because, yeah, I don't know. Did Teddy like press him up against the coals? I feel like Teddy is such a nice guy. He's not going to, he's not really going to stick it to Alpha M. But, man, if I did it, I'd be pressing him pretty hard. But Kaiser says, Jory, would you still keep an unbiased opinion if you were sponsored as much as Alpha M? Just asking. No, Kaiser, I would totally change. I would lie to you guys, and I would totally ignore the reason for this channel in the first place. So if I got paid enough, yeah, I would tell you guys to start buying Invicta. No, dude, are you serious? That's such a silly question. I'm not trying to get upset with you, but another kid in this comment section was like, oh, I mentioned the Thanks giveaway, and I told you that Wrist Candy Watch Club, which is a company that I personally wear, we connected with each other, and they were like, oh, like, why don't we just give you a care package of straps and you can do a giveaway? And I was like, heck yeah, I love these straps so much, I'll share them with my viewership. Some kid in this chat was like, oh, well, I hope that you're honest about the reviews when you do the review of the straps. I hope that the sponsorship doesn't alter your feeling. It's like, sponsorship, first of all, how do you know that I'm sponsored? Second of all, I am giving you guys straps for free that I wear personally. And so first of all, I understand YouTube is a business, and for channels as big as Alpha M, it's probably his main source of income. So I understand the need for sponsorships because Google, right, YouTube does not pay you much. All right, so you do have to build business relationships. I understand that if you want to do this full time. However, the sole source of this channel's success, okay, like the only reason the Time Teller channel has like grown at all is because I give you guys my very, very blunt, honest opinion. All right, so yeah, right. That's like that's a little mini rant. I didn't mean to get like set off by your comment, but I just wanted to let you know there's literally no amount of money. Like these companies could not afford my opinion, okay? Or they could not afford to sway my opinion. All right, so that's just what I want to let you guys know. So there's literally no amount of money that would convince me to tell someone else a lie about a watch. And I think that's like clear with what I say. Alex Knopp, when are you picking the winners? I'm picking the winners at the end of the month. So either December 1st or the end of November. I got a super chat. Hold on. Let me check it. see. DWR says, no questions, but a little support for the channel. Thanks, man. You rock. I really appreciate that. Every cent definitely helps us out a ton to make this content for you guys. So you rock. Thank you so much. I do not expect these super chats, but it seriously does help. Casey White with the super chat says, I just bought a Seiko SSA 329. What are your thoughts on this watch? I don't have the reference number in my head right now and I can't look it up. Write to me on Instagram. Send me a picture. Is that a Presage? Because that sounds like one of the different reference numbers. But because usually it's SARI, it has a SARY for the JDM designation, but they changed the stupid reference numbers for the USDM market. M&M Gaming says, awesome videos, love watching them. Dude, thanks so much for the support, man. You rock. I love you guys. Oh, Casey White, it's the Pogue reissue. So that's the one with kind of the same Pogue cushion case, but no chronograph, and it has the open heart. That's cool if you're into that. I've recommended that watch. Again, if you want that kind of vintage Pogue aesthetic, but you don't really care about the chronograph, and you also don't want to spend the money for a Pogue, because let's be honest, the prices are just skyrocketing. I think it's a really cool retro modern piece, especially because I believe that one has the open heart. So if you're into that, do it, totally. And it's a solid watch. Eddie Crafter says, what's the weirdest watch you've ever owned? Zelos Abyss 2. 3,000 meter diver with a ridiculous sapphire crystal that's like as thick as my skull. Let's be honest, I'm a pretty thick skull. Yeah, just ridiculous. That watch was crazy, but I did a really cool experiment with the bronze case. I put the hard-boiled eggs in there, and I did kind of an accelerated patina. Really, really cool. But yeah, Eddie Crafter, that's probably the oddest watch. Sakari 1138 says, if you could wear one watch brand for the rest of your life, and it couldn't be Seiko or Grand Seiko, what would it be? Rolex. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but since day one on this channel, I've been forthcoming. The two watch companies that I love the most are Seiko and Rolex. So it's gotta be Rolex. Sorry. Connie is in the chat right now. She says, how many cats is too many cats? There are never enough cats, Connie. You know that. Adam says, yo, you think the Seiko Orange Turtle will go up in price anytime soon? Depends on the demand, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Ooh, a leaf fell on me. David Williams, have you ever had nightmares of buying Movement or Invicta? Every night, guys. I get nightmares about those companies. No, I'm just kidding. I think I scare them more than they scare me. Let's be real. Christopher says, Super Saiyan Jory when it goes red. Yeah! Brian LP says, Jory, what would be your ideal modern two-watch Seiko and Rolex collection? It's a great one. This is going to sound crazy, but I'd actually choose Seiko for the dress watch and Rolex for the sports watch. So my ideal two-watch collection using only Seiko and Rolex would be an Explorer 2 for the sports watch. And then I'd use probably the Sarbo 6.5 as the dress watch. Because the Explorer 2, you can actually wear day to day also, and it's not huge, and it's not like obtuse and chunky. I think it's a good everyday watch, but also sporty enough to be like, and sturdy enough to be a good dedicated sports watch. And then the Sarbo 6.5, I mean, come on. One of the best watches ever designed. Ooh, Rurik bracket. I'm actually going to make an episode about this, but really incredible, really incredible question. What are your top watches that break your rules for collecting, i.e. quartz, open heart, etc.? Really good question, dude. Okay, so first I'm going to mention two watches. First, I don't really like open hearts or skeleton watches. It's not my thing. For some reason, when I saw the Hamilton Jazzmaster open heart, I loved it. So I picked it up. I think that's, that's one watch that breaks the rules in two ways, okay? I'm not a huge gold guy or gold plating guy. And that's gold plated, rose gold plated. And for some reason that watch looked so cool that even with that finish and even with that design, the open heart, I got it because it's just, I don't know, it broke the rules for me. It's amazing. So that's one. And then the second watch I'll bring up kind of breaks a rule and kind of doesn't. So I'm not a huge quartz guy, okay? Most of my watches, like the overwhelming majority are mechanical, mostly being automatic. And then for some reason, one of my favorite watches that I own, period, is quartz. Isn't that crazy? It's the Tuna, the SBBN 031 with the 7C46 quartz. So I say it kind of breaks the rules and it kind of doesn't because I'm not really a quartz guy. I love that watch, but that specific 7C46 quartz movement is so ridiculously impressive that it's kind of like in a category all by itself, right? I made a video explaining that movement and why it's so unique and special. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. So yeah, the Hamilton Jazzmaster open heart, rose gold plated, and the Seiko Tuna, boy, crazy. Christopher Clerico, Nighthawk. Nighthawk's badass, man. Chen says, chest day today. What's your favorite exercise? What's my favorite exercise for chest? Straight up bench, dude. Can't go, dude, strap them on, grip and rip, dude. For real. Straight up bench press. Can't do better than that. But Rurik, bracket, really cool question. I'm actually going to dedicate a video to that question. I've been working on it, but I kind of just gave you the summary of that episode right now. So Samuel says he's off to study. Have a good one, bro. Saul says, Jory, any thoughts on doing reviews for things like shades or pen? I do like Mont Blanc pens. I have some. I have obviously a lot of glasses because I'm a nerd and I need them because I have stigmatism. Probably not going to review those things on the Time Teller channel, but as I said before, the Time Away channel, I kind of did a little tease earlier on this year with it. I wanted to see what the response would be like and people were interested. In 2019, the goal is to blow that channel up. So that channel is going to be dedicated to more of the men's stuff. Other things outside of watches, glasses, pens, shoes, boots, cars, and stuff like that. Probably not going to do it on the Time Teller channel because I don't want to bog this channel down with stuff that people don't want to see. I think most people are subscribed to the Time Teller channel for watches. So I think on the other channel, the Time Away channel in 2019, we're going to fill that up with some other content. Super chat from M&M Gaming says, what do you think about Nomos watches? Well, again, M&M Gaming, you freaking rock. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Nomos makes very solid watches, okay? Really, 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 really good watches. I don't like their design, so I probably will not, I probably will never own one because, okay, here's the deal. Bauhaus design is very sterile and almost too clean cut and modern, like too modern for me. You have to really like that type of design, and I think Nomos is a brand you either love or you hate because of their very specific Bauhaus design. So M&M Gaming, what do I personally think? I think they make great watches, and I think the design is not my cup of tea. I hope that answered your question. Let me see. Patrick West says, Grail watch? Guys, you guys already know my Grail watch. I have two. I have two Grail watches. All right. You guys ready? First one, Creator Aichi 2. Let's be real. The Creator Aichi 2, one of the most beautiful dress watches ever designed, honestly. Porcelain dial, power reserve on the back. That's a very clean, almost sterile watch as well, but for some reason when it's not Bauhausy. It's definitely not Bauhausy at all. But man, that's my Grail for that. And then one of my other Grails is actually also another dress watch, oddly enough. The Vacheron Constantin Patrimony Traditionnel Tourbillon. That's an amazing watch. And that would be my entrance to the Holy Trinity, probably. Both of those watches are outside of my price range right now. Someday though, guys, right? Christopher says, we follow you because you are our leader. Your word is gold. Appreciate that, guys, but I don't. You should find someone else. I appreciate that. I'm flattered. You guys rock. Sakari says, cat videos on the Time Away channel? Yeah, for sure. Theo says, can you make a video about where to buy used watches? Yeah, we can talk about that. I get a lot of questions about that, so we can talk about that for sure. Ray says, later everyone, hate to go, but it's sushi time. Man, enjoy your sushi, dude. I love sushi. I had sushi the day before Thanksgiving. Delicious. Patrick West says, agreed on the VC Patrimony. All those are gorgeous. Yeah, you should. He says, better than the Calatrava. Dude, I agree. Absolutely, I agree. The Patrimony Tourbillon Traditionnel. I'm not a huge Tourbillon guy either. It's not like I want that watch for the Tourbillon. For some reason, they did it so perfectly with their insignia on the outer cage of the outer frame of the Tourbillon. It's just so amazing to look at, man. Yeah, that's a huge grail. Daniel says, people tend to trash the 4R series as compared to 6R. Yeah, more hours, but the 4R much worse? It's not much worse. It's not much worse. It does have a limited power reserve. But what people don't want to admit is they both come from the same, they both derive from the same movement. They're both heavily related. So is it much worse than the 6R? No. Would I prefer a 6R? Yeah. Brian LP, what's your least favorite model or color configuration in the current Rolex lineup? Man, I'd like to take a look at everything, but so I could have a reference off the top of my head. Dude, Rolex is one of my favorite companies, but to be perfectly honest, not everything they make I like. Okay, there's a lot of stuff they come out with that I'm not a fan of. In their current lineup. Okay, so this watch, check it out. This is the Rolex Explorer 2 16570. This has the red GMT hand, and it's 40 millimeter. I don't like the white, the current 42 millimeter Explorer 2 polar dial with the orange, okay, GMT hand. I do not like the white and orange. And people get mad at me when I say that because they're like, oh, the original Explorer 2 had an orange GMT hand. How can you go against the lineage? Well, hear me out. The original Explorer 2 was a black dial only. I think the black dial with the orange GMT hand looks great. For some reason, I think the white dial with the orange GMT hand looks like a cartoon. Also, I don't like that it's 42 millimeters. I feel like 40 millimeters was perfect. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, you know, everybody's got to change. Also, the original Explorer 2 wasn't a GMT, okay? Let's get that straight. I said GMT hand, but it's actually a 24-hour indicator, and there's a difference. So the original Explorer 2 was not a GMT. The 16570 became a GMT. The current Explorer 2s are now also GMTs. Sergatron, certified T3 bot, the man. He was actually one of the contest winners for, I think, my last contest. He won my personal Seiko SNK 809. Really cool dude. He says, you really set the standard for me. For your age, you've accomplished a lot. I'm looking forward to more videos giving your advice from the Time Away channel. Oh, I appreciate that, dude. That's honestly touches me. That's very, very nice. That's an incredibly flattering statement. What I'll tell you and what I'll tell everybody in the stream right now, I have not accomplished any, okay, here, I stuttered a little bit when I was trying to make a big point. This is what I'm going to tell you. I have not accomplished anything that you guys can't accomplish yourself. Okay, let's make that clear. I haven't done anything that you guys aren't capable of doing yourself. So don't ever compare yourself to me. If you get motivated by the things I say, then that fills my heart with joy. But don't compare your collection to me. Don't compare your success or popularity to me, because you guys are just as special. You guys are just as capable. And yeah, you guys are all going to do great things if you stick to whatever you're doing and work really hard and stay consistent, honest, passionate, and you just focus on your goals. So I appreciate that, Sergatron, but you guys are just as capable as I am, and don't ever forget that, or else. Knuckle sandwich. And I'm going to be totally blunt right now. I think most of you are probably a whole lot smarter than me, so let's make that clear. Ricardo says he already made a video on the Ocean Crawler. I did. I don't know what that's in reference to, but he's right. I did make a video on the Ocean Crawler. Matthew says, perpetual calendar under 10,000. Which ones do you recommend? The only one off the top of my head is the Frederic Constant. You can get a legit, an honest, legit Swiss perpetual calendar for like $5 grand. So yeah, that's the one I'd recommend. And it looks great. JJ Tellum says, have you ever owned a Hamilton khaki watch? More specifically, the khaki Pilot Day Date. I don't have the khaki Pilot Day Date, but dude, you need to watch some more of my videos because I've made like 1,000 videos. I currently own 3 Hamilton Field watches. So yeah, I have a lot of experience with the khaki watches. Milcom says, I can't grow a beard like that. Well, drink your milk and eat your vegetables, bro. You'll get there. Christian says, the Rolex Cellini is the biggest shame. They have nice watches, but the Cellini name on the dial ruins it. See, I think the opposite. I think that the current Cellinis don't deserve the Cellini name because the current ones and a lot of the ones they used to release, like the modern Rolex Princes, are ugly. So ugly. Ugh. Chuck says, happy Thanksgiving from Texas. Well, heck yeah, Chuck. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. Brian LP says, the beard is off the table. We just can't compete with it. Okay, I'll give you that one. The beard is, this is hard to compete with. Brian LP. Oh, okay, Travis, what's your top recommendation for a California national park to visit? Yosemite, dude. Yosemite. Brian LP. Hell yeah. Yosemite. Daniel Katz. Daniel Katz, thank you for the super chat. I don't see the comment. I just see the super chat notification. Write your comment so I can answer it. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. All it did was show up as a super chat, but there was no text. Jason says, you're a very humble man, dude. God bless you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. God bless all of you guys. Appreciate that. Thank you. Jay Sykes, hold on. Jay Sykes says they should make a step-up watch called the Grand Cellini. See, here's the thing. A lot of the old Rolex Princes, like I did a video maybe a month or two ago talking about small watches. And I was researching some of these old Rolex Princes, these old Rolex Cellini Princes. So cool, man. So cool. I would love to own some of these. Or like kind of the Art Deco Rolex Kings. Really cool watches. The Rolex King Midas, like John Wayne's King Midas. Really cool, like old school watches. When Rolex redid the Rolex Prince line in the 2000s, man, those Cellini Princes were freaking ugly. They should have done a better job. I think some of the current Cellinis look nice and clean. They need to not make them too crazy because it's, yeah, terribly ugly. Johnny Watches 24/7. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He says, what 3 Seikos would you keep to diversify? Oh, he said diversify your collection. So if I had like a 3 Seiko collection, the Tuna would have to be in it. Okay, absolutely. Seiko Tuna. There's 3 watches. When you say that, a 3-watch Seiko collection, there's 3 watches that immediately come to mind and that I cannot shake whatsoever. Seiko Tuna, it could be any reference number probably, but specifically the SPBN 031. I think that's like one of that's the tuna I think of when I think Seiko Tuna. And again, that 7C46 movement, it's just tough as nails. So that would be one. The Alpinist, the Sarbo 17 Alpinist, like, I don't know if I could live without an Alpinist. So Sarbo 17 Alpinist. And then obviously the last one, surprisingly, is not going to be a diver. It's not going to be the SKX 007. I know people are going to think it's going to be the SKX, which was my gateway drug to watches. It's actually the Sarbo 65 Cocktail Time. All right, boom. Boom. Has to be. We got the Sarbo 65 Cocktail Time, one of the most beautiful dress watches ever designed. That's my dress watch. We got the Alpinist, which is the most interesting, everyday kind of field watch, kind of dress watch. So cool. And then that's kind of my everyday watch. And then the Seiko Tuna. Come on, dedicated sports watch, dude. That's the watch for the apocalypse. Although I'd rather probably have a G-Shock if the world was actually going to end. But yeah, great. That would be a 3-watch collection. Ricardo, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, wanting a Nixon Regulus. Your thoughts on it? Now, I don't know that watch off the top of my head. I'm sure someone in the comment section knows. We have 120 people there. Someone please Google the Nixon Regulus. Give us your thoughts on it. Ricardo, you can write to me on Instagram at The Simple Consultant and ask me a question. Ask me that there, and I'll get back to you. I do my best to get back to everyone, guys. I get hundreds of questions a day, and I still have like a few hundred to go from like weeks ago. I try to tack them down, but I got so many. Write to me. I will respond. I'll look up the Nixon Regulus and give you that opinion. But I'm sorry, I don't know much about Nixon watches. Brian, do you ever see yourself upgrading to the spring drive tuna? I probably will get that watch eventually, but I don't really see it as an upgrade. I think that the tuna with the 7C46 movement was so historically important, not only to Seiko, but to divers as a whole. I think that's a very interesting, orologically significant watch for Seiko. So I think if you're gonna have a tuna, you have to have one with the 7C46 movement. And then if you want a little bit more pizzazz, definitely go ahead and splurge for that spring drive movement. It's actually a non-decorated Grand Seiko movement inside that tuna with the spring drive. TDY Ranger says, kind of light on the likes, guys. Maybe get it to 100. Yeah, guys, come on. WV David says 122 viewers and only 81 likes. Let's bump that up. Guys, you rock. Thank you so much. Christopher Clerico says, Jory, that Seiko print you have hanging in your office, where'd you get it? I got it from a company called, I believe it's 937. It's a company called 937 on Instagram. Paul Bryant, how many watches do you have in your collection? Not enough. Not enough. I'm addicted. James says, Dean's here. Where's Dean's? Where's Dean? Oh, Dean's here. It's a G-Shock. Oh, what's up, Dean? Dean, we've been talking about you, dude. We're like, where the heck is Dean? Circuitron, did you end up announcing the winner for the Digituna? I did. I announced it a while ago. The winner is a person named Subi Frank. I announced it on Instagram because it was an Instagram giveaway. You can go to his Instagram account. It's Subi, S-U-B-I-E _Frank, F-R-A-N-K. And he has a bunch of pictures with it, and he's really enjoying it. So, heck yeah. Kenneth Johnson, great question. Why don't you ever talk about the Seiko Monster? It's not my favorite. I don't have a heavy dislike for it like the Seiko Samurai. It's just not it's just not my personal cup of tea, the Monster. But the Seiko Samurai, I think, is just disgusting. Looking at more comments, guys. Dude, 99 likes. Let's get it to 100, guys. All we need is one more like. We can get it to 100. Let's go. M&M Gaming. Oh, 102 likes. You guys rock. M&M Gaming has a really funny question. Buckle up for this answer, guys. Actually, you know what? People in the comment section answer. M&M Gaming says, what do you do for a living? I'm pretty sure I heard you say it in another video. I just don't want to go back and look. Guys, people in the comment section answer. So good, guys. Oh my God, this is too funny. Dean! You guys rock. Okay. M&M Gaming, it's kind of an inside joke here. The joke on this channel is that I'm gonna come out with a shirt or a hat that says, I'm a business consultant, and sell it because it'd be so funny. That's one of like the most common questions I get for some reason. I think people are just interested in more of you know, my personal daily life. And I think it'd be fun to talk about more of that stuff on the Time Away channel, which is going to absolutely blow up in 2019. I'm going to make a lot more content there. But it's so funny. On this channel, people always ask me, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? And like two Saturdays ago, we decided that we were going to make shirts on the channel. I was talking to you guys about it. We're going to say, I'm a business consultant, because it's just such a funny joke with you guys. Isaiah says, you're going to start daily vlogs? I don't know about daily vlogs, because I'm not very good at just holding up my camera and being like, what's up, guys? Oh, I just need to go to the post office. Oh, it's a really funny thing happened to me today. I saw this bird, and like I got close to it, and then it ended up not being a bird. It was actually a sandwich. Isn't that weird? I saw a sandwich on the road. No, that's not going to happen, guys. Not very good at, like, I don't think there's much value just me blabbing on about my day, but I will make more content of stuff outside of watches. So I think that'd be fun. Let me know what you think. There's 3 or 4 channels already up there on the Time Away channel, but I was just kind of testing it out. Greem says, ever thought of doing a woman's watch special? Remember to have your nails painted. Yeah, I am going to do that, but with Connie. And it's going to be Connie's nails, which are painted. I'm not going to do that. TDY says, I saw that sandwich bird. It was crazy. Rurik says, dude, random sandwiches can be weird. I once found 2 abandoned lobster rolls on a box. Dude, that's awesome. That's a lucky day, man. That's better than finding like $1 in your raincoat. You found not 1, but 2 lobster rolls. Cirgatron, you tried accelerated patina, but what are your thoughts on modifying watches, like changing the crystal and movement? I'm not a huge watch modder. I'm just going to be honest. The furthest I will go is changing the straps out. I think it's cool, and like a few times every day I'll be on Instagram and I'll see like a modded Seiko that I'll be like, ooh, dang, that's cool. But personally, I don't have any modded watches yet. Not saying that I'm not ever going to do it. But yeah, not for me personally yet. Rugby36 says, why don't you like the Seiko Samurai? I think it's ugly. I don't think it's a bad watch. I don't think Seiko made a mistake or there's a defect or something. The lugs are super chunky. It has like a huge crown with these big crown guards. The crown is at 3 o'clock. It's just like, ugh. It's just yeah, I don't know, man. That's an ugly watch. TDY Ranger says, I just sent Nut and Fancy your bronze patina video today. Oh my God, Nut and Fancy is gonna make like an hour-long video being like, yo, what's up, guys? So, bro, I just saw this really cool video, bro, about an accelerated patina, and dudes, check it out, my dudes. So dudes, we're gonna accelerate the patina on this channel. Nut and Fancy's been on the YouTube game forever. That was a really bad Nut and Fancy impression, but I think you get the gist of it. Wait, was he talking about a bronze or brass watch or something? Oh, is Nick S says, how do you like his watch vids? He's getting much better in his tastes. I didn't know that he was getting into wristwatches. I haven't watched Nut and Fancy since I was in college, or since I was just out of college, I think. So I didn't know that he's into watches. I'll have to go check up on his channel again. I haven't been paying attention to him in so long. DJ Hungzilla says, Jory, if I missed it, are there any bronze watches you're into? have a few episodes on bronze watches, dude. So check it out. BT says Jory. Anyway, guys, unfortunately, I'm done. I'm done with my Vietnamese coffee. BT, happy Saturday, bro. Okay, guys, so here's the deal. I'm done with my Vietnamese coffee. That means that, unfortunately, the live stream has come to an end. I'm so sorry, guys. I love each and every one of you. So here's the deal. This is what I want you to do today. I want you to have fun. I want you to do something today that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Get out of your comfort zone. But be safe. Don't be stupid. Be smart. I want you to enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed. I want you to tell someone you love them. All right? You better do that. All right? So I'll start it off, guys, okay? I love you. And yeah, guys, have a great weekend. All right, guys. Hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. Hope your family's good. Hope your loved ones are good. And yeah, enjoy this beautiful day. All right, guys, have a good one.